Next up, I want to kind of show you how we can select multiple things on this page. I want to show you the syntax and the way these selectors work. So let's get started. We are going to keep this H1 for now, but we're going to also add a few different elements. I want to add a p tag here. There's going to be some random text like this. Actually, let's just keep it short here. I don't need anything too crazy. Actually, let's just add a H3 because that's a bit easier to see. This is going to say, Mom is cooking the good stuff, like that. And I also want to duplicate this a few times because I want to show you a few things. So we have this 3 more times, and let's also add maybe an anchor tag here. If I add this, hold on, let me change my language again. If I add this hashtag here, it just basically means that this link is not taking me anywhere. So here I'm just gonna say, this is a empty link. Okay, I just want to have a few things here so we can start styling. Okay, I'm gonna add a class to this. I'm gonna say, let's name it first title, like this. Okay, and on the anchor tag, I want to say ID. We're gonna throw an ID on this. And the ID on this is gonna be YouTube link, like this, okay? And we're gonna hit save. So when we go to CSS here, all we have to do to select something is write the name of the element. So that's one way we can do it. H3, all right? So we write H3, the name of the element we wanna pick, and then we do these curly braces, okay? The squiggly, wormy, curly brace. I sometimes forget, in case I say squiggly worms, that just means curly braces. Okay, so we just open it up like this, and all these styles that we add will be in here. So everything that I want to add to this H3, this header tree, will be inside here. So let's do the color, because we did the color. And we can choose a color like this if we want, and hit save. And as you can see here, the syntax is kind of like the same that we did inside here when we styled it with the attribute. It's just you say color or the name of the property you want to attach, and then you do colon, you say the name, and then you end with a semicolon. Okay, so now we can add more things in here if we want. Now, you don't necessarily need these names. You can also color pick, choose one with RGB, like this. So VS Code has this awesome thing. So yeah, that's very cool. Let's go down here, something that we can see a bit easier, maybe a bit darker. We can use RGB, and we can also use hex, like this. I don't know what this hex means, but it's probably not a color. But anyway, let's get rid of that. So as you can see, we can add it like this. So when we use it like this, we just say H3. Well, all the H3s on our page are gonna get this style. So as you can see, everything in here gets the style. All right, but what if I wanna do something specific? So maybe I want this H3 here, the first one. Well, we can do that by just using the class. So I can say first title, all right? I'm targeting directly this element. This is the only thing I want to style. So rather than doing it like this, I can just get that class. And by the way you can get classes in your CSS is you just add a dot, okay? Just a dot, and then you say first title, I believe it was. And then the same syntax applied with the curly worms, and you just write your color red. Hit save, and now take a look. Only the first one gets changed. So when you're applying it like that, when you're getting one specific element, because this is the only one that has a class on top of it, well, this is the only one that's gonna get it, okay? So this is how the syntax works. Let's also check out the one with the ID, and the way you can select an ID is by adding this hashtag, okay? And by doing this hashtag, you can just do YouTube link again, and that's gonna work just fine. So we can change the color of this to black because the default is gonna be that bluish color. So there we go, everything works fine. In the next video, we're gonna get more specifically into the specificity, how we can select specific elements, what we can do with specific elements, the importance of class and ID, how does it prioritize what style it's gonna get, and things of that sort. So this is just kind of the syntax on how you can select elements. You have three. So you have selecting the element directly, you can do it with a class, or this is how it looks like with the ID. Okay, so let's get into specificity and some more tips and tricks.